first, thank you so much for doing this interview with me. Brother, usually I'm going to start with you, but I got to go to MacKenzie because as we speak, this is what, 24 hours or so, or somewhere around there, since we heard the good news about the CCMAs. One, two, three, four. Congratulations on the nominations.
Thank you so much. It never gets old. Like it's always just such a massive compliment to be in that category with those people. I'm a big fan of everybody else, so very, very pumped.
And they are fans of yours. We are fans of yours. I got to ask you right up, where were you when you started hearing the numbers starting to roll in? It was like an election.
Well, I'm in New York right now, just hanging out with my brother and sister. We're doing like a little family vacation, and I had a show, and my phone was like blowing up, but it was dying, and so I was kind of like had it on like battery saving mode, and then finally, some people off my team like FaceTimed me, and I was like, I better pick up. I don't know what's going on, and they all told me on FaceTime, and it was just really, really cool.
Well, again, congratulations on that. And Double V, congratulations. You hooked up with the right person at the right time with this great single. I got to ask you, though, man, how are you doing and how was that vacation that you had? You were looking like you were having a great time, man.
I'm doing great. Vacation was great. Thanks. Thanks. Super stoked to be working with MacKenzie as well. Been a big fan of her for since I first discovered her music about a year and a half ago, and which I know you've been doing it for a lot longer, but that's when it kind of crossed my world, and it's great. Like we're so excited. This collaboration has just been really a dream come true. It's been so fun.
No, before we get into the collaboration, I want to talk really quickly. What was it like for you to go to Toronto, Young Dundas Square, to see the two of you up in lights on that massive electronic billboard?
That was surreal. I mean, I had a little tear in my eye driving into the city. It's right across from Ryerson, where my dad went to college, and just wish he could have been there to see it. It was a really special moment, and I remember being a kid when I lived in Guelph, and I would drive into Toronto, and there's always an energy that I would get off of this city, and I always felt like, if I can figure it out and make it in the city, I'll be all right. I can get my music going. And so to have that kind of full circle moment and go down there at Young and Dundas and see a billboard of something that I've worked really hard for the last 10 years, it was special. It was very special.
And congratulations again. And special for me is following the both of you over the years in your careers and seeing the two of you come together like this on this A, great song, and B, funny, hilarious video, which I want to get into on that too. Who approached, I got to assume, Double V, you approached MacKenzie on this. How did the collaboration all come together?
Yeah, I was living in the beaches at the time, and I was driving to the little farm boy down on Queens Quay, and I heard MacKenzie's song "These Days" on the radio, and I think it was the country version because I was listening to country a lot because I was on my boat all summer, and I was like, "Whoa, this is amazing!" And then I heard it again on the pop station, and I was like, "Oh, crazy! This is so cool!" Because it was doing both the formats at the same time. And I was like, wow, this girl's voice is amazing. This is so cool. What a great song, blah, blah, blah. So it was like stuck in my head. And I was like, I have to make a song with her. So I reached out and found a way to make it happen.
MacKenzie, your thoughts when you were approached by this amazing young man with so much talent? Like, again, I've watched this guy grow over the years, and I even got to introduce him once on stage. Like, he's got so much talent and there's so much more. So to be able to have him approach you, I mean, what was that like for you? And, hearing about what this single was going to be about too.
Yeah, I mean, for me, instantly it was like about the song. Like I loved the song like right off the bat. Just heard it one time and I was like, I would love to do this. And then Derek and I got to meet and we just like clicked as humans and friends too. And it just kind of just all made sense. Obviously I'm like in the country world and he crushes the pop format. And so for me to like, put out another song in that world was such another dream come true, especially with like such a good friend and human.
So this goes to the both of you though, because I'm going to assume that this was recorded during COVID. Yes or
Mm-hmm.
no?
Yeah.
Okay, so what were there any tough situations in recording this? Were you guys in a studio? Were you in different studios? How did this all work in making this song come to life?
Well, I had started the production on the record and had my voice in there, and I'd sent it to MacKenzie and asked her, what kind of changes and flavors she wanted to do to make it her own. And MacKenzie did a bunch, and she went and recorded, her parts in, I believe, in Nashville with someone who's one of my favorite producers. So I'm just so stoked that I got to work on it with Joey Moy, which is so sick. So that's just like a personal thing that I'm like super pumped on as like a guy that nerds out on making recordings. But yeah, we did it remote, and it was I mean pretty hiccupless. I don't know what was your feeling, MacKenzie?
It really was. Like the only thing maybe that it took us a minute, just because I was doing it with Joey, just scheduling his schedule is like insane. So maybe it took like a little bit longer to cut the vocals on my end. But worth it to me, because I agree, Joey is also just like my idol in production. So other than that though, like I mean, everything is just, Derek's team is amazing, and I think my team's amazing, and it just kind of flowed perfectly.
All right, Double V, I'm going to give you the stage on this one. What is the single called and what it's about? It's I love this.
So the song is called "This Sucks," and it's about running into an ex either at a party or somewhere out and seeing them with someone else, and essentially like what that does to you. And uh, you're not mad, you're not heartbroken. I mean, maybe you're a little heartbroken, but you had love for that person at one point in your life. So the only thing you can really say to yourself is like, "Wow, this sucks." It's like it's just such a thing that I think a lot of people have encountered. I've encountered it myself. It stems from a true story, and I think when there's moments like that, I think that's why people can gravitate towards it.
Okay, you've answered that question for me, MacKenzie. I was coming to you on it. Has that ever happened to you before?
Oh my gosh, so many times. Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of exes. One in particular, well, two in particular, actually. Oh, remember that one. Saw them out with like, actually, one was a friend of mine who he ended up dating this friend, which was totally cool in the end. We're closer friends now, not him. But that first time, it's just like brutal, because it's like somebody is so tight with you, and when you break up, all of a sudden it's just like done, and you want the friendships to stay, but it kind of just can't, because it doesn't really work like that usually. And it's a bummer to like have somebody so important in your life, and then it's done forever.
Derek, can you describe the video? Because, like I said, it's brilliant.
Thanks. Yeah, we had such a riot filming it. So it's 70s game show gone wrong. The dating game gone wrong. And we drew reference from like Farrah Fawcett, and I think it was Burt Reynolds that like punched someone. I don't know, it was some actor. I forget who it was, but we just like really tried to make it like kind of funny. And I had to like punch someone in the music video, and it was like I am like the least tough person. So there's like 20, maybe not 20, but like 15 people on set, and I had to like punch this guy like in front of everyone, and everyone's like, "Yeah, you don't really look tough," and look tougher. And I'm like trying so hard, and I was getting so embarrassed. But I think at the end of the day, I look kind of tough.
You
You look
did.
so tough.
You did. Like I said, it's a brilliant video. If that thing doesn't get nominated, man, I don't know. I really enjoyed it, and the song too. I know we're gonna have to wrap this up pretty quickly, but for the both of you, MacKenzie, I know you got the CCMAs. I'm assuming you're gonna be there for that. Are you performing? Have we heard anything yet?
I haven't heard if I'm performing yet, but I hope so, and I will definitely be there.
Fantastic. Derek, what's going on with you, man, show wise? And also, are you going to be changing your hair again? Because I swear, in like 12 months, you must have changed your hair six times. And I'm not kidding.
It's just growing back. It was buzzed, and I got rid of all like the bleach blonde, so it's just growing back. I'm growing it back to long hair, but it's like gone through a lot of weird stages. I haven't even looked in the mirror yet. I got out of the car, I jumped up here, so I have no idea what's going on up there. It's probably not the best, but in terms of shows, we're like working on a tour. We're working on a Toronto play, something like pretty amazing, hopefully in December, but it's been pretty tough because we're working with all the government restrictions.
Yeah.
So we're working on it, and I'm like 80% done a new album. So I've been working really hard every day. There's a lot of new music. It's almost ready to share. It's almost ready to talk about. It's a lot of fun stuff on the horizon.
Fantastic. Folks, thank you so much for doing this interview. Double V, always a pleasure seeing you, my friend. Hope to see you soon. MacKenzie,
Yeah.
I'll be seeing you at the CCMAs. I will be down there covering that. So looking forward to talking to you on the red carpet. Congratulations to the both of you, and all the blessings throughout 2021 and going into 2022. Thanks, folks.
Awesome.
Thanks, Rudy.
Rudy.
Lovely to see you.